An Epstein floodgate has opened, and the cascade of looking guilty is raining down on someone in Trump's inner circle. And I have who it is and the breaking story that ends with a flurry of congressional activity for you next. I'm Dan, and welcome to another Occupy Democrats video. To get all of our reports on Trump's crime family, please hit that subscribe button. The Trump crony in question is Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnik. Have a look at this timeline that I assembled that chronicles the lies he can't keep track of, and then I'll share what Trump just said and what Congress is cooking up.
This is Lutnik last year talking about his meeting with Jeffrey Epstein in 2005.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
This is Lutnik today talking about going to Epstein's Island in 2012.
I did have lunch with him. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies. We had lunch on the island.
People about your interactions with Epstein?
Did you have any financial involvement with Jeffrey Epstein?
Why did you keep contact with Jeffrey Epstein after he pled guilty to sex crimes?
Come on, give us some space. Give us some space.
What do you say to the Democrats calling on for you to resign?
Give us some space.
Mr. Epstein, people of your level in the British government have been forced to resign. Will you resign?
Give us some space. Give us some space.
Why did you keep contact with Jeffrey Epstein after he pled guilty?
This is a photo appearing to show Howard Lutnik, Donald Trump's Commerce Secretary, with Jeffrey Epstein on Jeffrey Epstein's island. This photograph was on the Department of Justice's website. Tonight, it's gone, deleted, taken down. Why? Unknown. That's Howard Lutnik. That's Trump's Commerce Secretary, who said he's only visited the island for an hour-long lunch. Was this from that lunch? Is this from another time? This Commerce Secretary has a lot of answers to give to the American people, and the Department of Justice has a lot of answers to explain why this photograph of Howard Lutnik and Jeffrey Epstein and another man, why it's taken down, why you can't find it. Now, tonight, the entire website is broken. For hours, you can't search anything on the Department of Justice's website. The files are still there, some of them, but you can't search them.
Most people want to see whoever is responsible held accountable. So bring every single person, Democrat or Republican or independent, in and ask questions. Donald Trump was mentioned over 38,000 times in just the files we have seen. Why isn't he coming up? Why isn't Melania Trump coming up? Why isn't Howard Lutnik coming up and testifying in front of the Oversight Committee? So, I don't think it's necessarily Democrats don't want to defend the Clintons. Great, he's going to answer questions today. He's going to do his part. But then what? What happens next in this committee and in this investigation?
So that's what reporters have to say. Now let's have a look at what Trump and Democrat members of Congress have to say about Howard.
Howard Lutnik, what's your reaction to that?
Well, Howard would go in and do whatever he has to say. He's a very innocent guy. He's doing a good job.
I saw about an hour ago, Donald Trump in a press conference said that Howard Lutnik is, quote, a very innocent guy. Donald Trump has asserted many times that he knew nothing of Epstein's crimes. If he doesn't know anything about Epstein's crimes, how can he know for sure that Howard Lutnik is, quote, a very innocent guy? We have questions for him. And I think what today is showing and what yesterday is showing is, of course, no one's above the law. That includes the President of the United States. And my hope is that our Republican colleagues, as we walk out of here today and go back to D.C., will join us in making sure that we can hear from Howard Lutnik, from Pam Bondi, and from President Trump.
President Clinton can answer questions. Many others need to as well. I was pleased to see Congresswoman Nancy Mace today calling for Howard Lutnik to come before our committee. I believe we will have the votes to subpoena him, and we will work with Ranking Member Garcia to make sure that he comes before our committee next.
There needs to be some growing bipartisan support to bring in Howard Lutnik. And we should be clear, Howard Lutnik said in an interview, as we all know, just a few months ago, that he did not communicate with Jeffrey Epstein after 2005, that he barely knew him, didn't have much of a relationship with him. Now we know that he was blatantly lying to the American people. Not only did of course, Howard Lutnik continue a relationship, he goes on to go and visit him on his island. He goes into business with Jeffrey Epstein. His wife communicates with him. He continues an ongoing relationship and communication with Jeffrey Epstein for years. So the Commerce Secretary has now lied directly to the American public about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He should explain himself, come in front of our committee, but the amount of lies and deception, quite frankly, he should resign or should be removed from office. There is accountability happening in the UK and across boardrooms in this country. It's time the same thing happens in Washington, D.C.
Lutnik represents a crack in the cover-up armor that protects Trump, and we'll keep you posted on the crowbar that Congress uses on him. And in the interest of fair and balanced reporting, I'll give Howard the final word. Have a listen as he speaks of Epstein's superpower and decide for yourself if he's speculating or speaking from experience.
And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.